Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. Today's picker card reading, we are doing your intuition is telling you this, and we're going to leave it open for spirit to tell you whatever it is that your intuition is telling you, trying to tell you. Now, these may be things that you are overlooking, misinterpreting, ignoring, confused by. Yeah, so sometimes our intuition kind of comes through, and sometimes our ego can kind of overshadow, right, those messages, and we start to doubt ourselves, and then we're just kind of feeling like, what is going on? What is my intuition trying to tell me? Okay, so that is our reading today. Your intuition is telling you this. So we're going to be choosing a card for each of the groups. And instead of using crystals, my husband purchased a pack of items that we're going to be using for our pick a card, and I'm going to show you guys after we pull the cards. So let's see. So your intuition is telling you this. Let's pull something for group one. And for those of you that would like to book a private reading with me, you can find my email down below in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services that I do provide. So your intuition is telling you this. What is your intuition telling you, group one? Group two, what is your intuition? What is your intuition telling you, group two? And we're going to take that one for group three. Okay. So let's see what we've got for you, group one. We have silence, and it says there is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. So we have silence for group one. Group two, we have third harvest, and it says, daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk filling your emptiness. Okay, that is for group two. And then group three, we have spider. And it says, what a wild web we weave, dear child. A delicious mystery untamed. Okay, so I'm going to put the items on top. I'm also going to put, I think, a picture for you guys because it's going to be a little hard being that we're the top-down view. But I want you guys to kind of get a good look, so I'm going to put a picture for you guys too. Okay, so group one, let's actually do this little vampire duck. Okay. My husband bought, I think it was like a 30 pack off of Amazon of Halloween ducks, and it has a whole bunch of them, so I kind of borrowed them for today's reading. So yeah, that is going to be for group one, the vampire Dracula duck. Okay, that's going to be for group one. And then group two, you are going to be this mummy duck. Okay, the mummy duck is going to be for group two. And for group three, you are going to be this cat duck. Okay. So it's the duck. It looks like it's dressed up in a cat costume. So a cat duck for group three. He has a little tail too. Cat tail. All right. So those are the choices. Like I said, I'm going to put a picture so you guys can get a better look at your choices. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the artwork, numbers. Group 1, your number is 36. Group 2, your number is 38. Interesting. And then group 3, your number is 37. Okay, timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the silence card and this little vampire Dracula duck, this is going to be a reading. So your card says, there is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings. There is a sweet embrace in the nothingness stillness brings. A presence of self fully embodied. So there is, I feel like because the intuition is quiet, it speaks softly, right? We have to quiet the noise of our mind in order for us to hear our inner voice. So your intuition is telling you this, right? Something. We're going to figure out what it is. I mean, for some of you, it may just quite literally be still and listen. Okay. Be still. So let's pull some tarot and let's see. Group 1. And I will have all of the tarot decks, oracle cards. I always list them in the description box for you guys. One more. Okay. So group 1, what is your intuition telling you? Your intuition is telling you this. Group 1, your intuition is telling you this. What happened here? Wow, look at that. The High Priestess is in reverse. Okay, that's a big message there. Okay, that's a big message. Our High Priestess is in reverse. Let's get the rest of the message here. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 1. The 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Your intuition is telling you this, group 1. Justice. Okay. All right. So your intuition, group 1, is telling, like literally your message is listen within. There's a need for going within. With the High Priestess coming in reverse, this is when we are not trusting our own intuition. It could be when we're seeking for answers outside of ourselves. We're listening to the opinions of other people, or there's some type of outside influences that we're listening to versus our own inner voice. Okay? So the 7 of Pentacles is about taking time to reevaluate and reassess something. It's about taking a pause. And with the Justice card being here, the Justice card is about making a decision. So there is a decision here, I feel like an important one, that your intuition is wanting you to recognize that you need to make at this time on your path. And perhaps this involves certain things that you're doing right now. And that could be related to work. It could be related to a family situation, a relationship. But there's something that you're needing to really take that pause. Again, silence here. And I need to trust what your intuition is telling you. There's a decision here. Because the Seven of Pentacles, in the reevaluation and reassessment of what we've been investing our time and energy into, it's like your inner voice is telling you, hold on a moment. Let's look at what you're putting your time and energy into. Now, it could be a thing, right? Like your job or a relationship, but it might also be related to certain habits, right? Certain things that you're doing during the day that your intuition is saying, maybe let's do a little less of that and more of this, or something to kind of help you to shift a little bit, because there is a choice here with justice. Justice is also about truth. So this perhaps could also be listening to what your soul's truth is saying to you. So let's keep going. Let's see. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 1. The Lovers in reverse. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Now, with the Lovers card here, I think I'm going to clarify it a little bit further, but let's actually just pull the rest of these cards first, because this can go in a little bit of some different directions here. Okay, so we've got the Moon, the Two of Wands, the Hanged Man. Okay, all right, so do I want to pull one more? Can I fit one more up here? Justice. Let's put the Lovers up here. We'll move these down and we'll pull some more, because I want to see the rest of this after this Hanged Man. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 1. The Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so a lot of this message is pointing towards something about your future or your near future. And so there's an important decision that you're needing to make here, but your intuition is saying, hey, you're not listening to me, okay? You're not listening to me. And there's a decision that you have to make here, and you're not making it. And maybe for some of you, you don't know what that is, right? Like, what am I supposed to be making a decision on or about? I don't know what you're talking about. And so, you know, maybe in that case, we're going to look at this a little bit deeper, but maybe for some of you, it's just not your reading. But I will say, with the Hangman being here, the Lovers in reverse, this can be that you have not made some type of major decision that you're needing to make, and it's a very important part of what's ahead for you, okay? Because you also have the Two of Wands here, which is about planning. It's about being at a crossroads. It's about almost kind of like the next steps here. And I'm also noticing that she's sitting on a staircase, and the staircase is illuminated behind her, but she's turning her back to it. She's turning her back to it. She's sitting down on the steps in the opposite direction. It's like the staircase is helping, right, us to go up, to ascend, to advance, to progress, to move forward. But she's got her back to it. She's not seeing the path that's being illuminated. Or perhaps you have, but there's doubts about pursuing or going down that path. Because with the Moon card here, the Moon can bring in confusion, clouded judgment, you know. You have two cards here that are talking about the intuition. The moon's about the intuition, and so is the high priestess. But your high priestess is in reverse. And this could be blocked intuition. It could be, like I said, when we're not listening and trusting our own intuition. We're trying to search for answers outside of ourselves. And the moon is about clouded confusion, anxieties, fears, uncertainty, doubt, meaning that it's clouded. We cannot, we cannot see clearly with the moon energy. It's deceiving. So this has to do with your future, the next steps for you. Maybe you're not seeing them. You're not seeing that you have to make a decision here. So with the Hangman, this could more or less be, again, I'm getting double meanings for this, because for one, this kind of goes into this message with a need for silence, embrace the nothingness and stillness, a presence of self fully embodied, because it's like when you stop and take the pause, this is when we're able to receive insight, which the Hangman is a very spiritual card. It is about enlightenment and insight and perspective. And we can gain that perspective sometimes. You can see how this light is kind of coming out of almost like he's on a stage and the light is illuminating him, right? But I'm seeing this in a way is that when you kind of pause, which is also what the Hangman is about, taking a pause or stepping back and taking a pause here, pause there, in the Seven of Pentacles, pause. It's then when you are able to hear what your intuition is trying to tell you. The other message of the Hangman, though, which is an issue, is that this could be stagnancy. Meaning, we're hanging there. We're in limbo. So, with the Lover's card in reverse, I'm going to clarify that a little bit further because I want to see if there's not a specific relationship that Spirit's talking to you about that's out of alignment for you. But this it could even be a job. But there's some type of imbalance here that you're not seeing. So we're going to look at that a little bit more. But the Lovers is also about making a decision, a choice of the heart. And being that we have the Lovers in reverse, this is implying that we're indecisive, which is also the Hangman energy, indecision, which leads to stagnancy. The Two of Wands can also lead us to a place of indecision if we're at the crossroads and we're not sure which path or which direction to go. Which again, this has to do with your future here, because the Three of Wands is about foresight. It's about planning. It's about taking that first step to get something in motion. So, being that this is also coming out in reverse, this is when there's some type of blockage or some type of need for making a plan or needing to rethink, okay? Needing to rethink something here. Reconsider, I'm hearing. Reconsider. Okay, let's get one more, please, Spirit. Your Pile 1's or Group 1's intuition is telling them what? What is Group 1's intuition telling them, please, Spirit? What is their intuition telling them? Group 1's intuition. The Five of Swords and the Six of Swords. Okay. The Five of Swords is self-sabotaging thoughts. It's also, if some of you guys are in a toxic environment, a toxic relationship, a toxic friendship, if you are someone who has some type of relationship in your life that was not a very good one, okay? It could be a romantic one. It could be one with a family member, one with a friend, one with somebody who was close to you, with the Lover's energy being here. And you are someone who's still holding on to a victim mentality surrounding that situation. Still feeling, I feel like that kind of goes into the victim mentality. Being bullied by somebody, okay? Holding on to anger or resentment towards another person. Self-sabotaging thoughts, okay, is another one. You have the Six of Swords here, which, since we have 5 and 6 of Swords, your intuition is trying to help you to either remove yourself from a relationship, okay, that is toxic, that is not in alignment for you, okay, and it's a big decision that you need to make, because Justice is here, which is about doing what is best for your highest good. So some of you could be in a relationship, okay, or a marriage that is not meant for you, or no longer meant for you. Maybe perhaps it's one that's already served its purpose in your life, and there's a need for you to move on from it, which could also be what the Six of Swords is. Some of you might also have that situation, say like with a family member, okay, where there's a very toxic dynamic happening, say like between you and your mother, or you and your father, or you and your siblings. And it's a very unhealthy dynamic for you. And this, maybe people have hurt you, or you've hurt them, they've hurt you. And there's all of that very challenging negative energy that's there, which is what the Five of Swords is about. Negativity, drama, toxicity, hurting others with our words, with our actions, and it can even be us being hurt in the same way by that. If you're someone who's gone through that and you're still holding on to that energy, the anger, the victim mentality, like I said, the still allowing something that someone said or did, those thoughts to bully you into self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? Like, let's just say that a family member said something like a smart remark to you about your physical appearance, okay, while you were a teenager growing up, and that has stuck in the back of your mind to this day as an adult, where you now, because of something that someone said to you in the past, you allow that opinion of what another person said to then affect the way that you feel about yourself today. That is where we're still holding on to, allowing those thoughts to bully us, or that it turns into self-sabotaging thoughts. Oh, well, this person said this to me, so I guess that must be true. I guess, that this should be the way that I feel or think about myself, right? So I feel like it could be, for some of you, if you do resonate with the whole idea of knowing, and I feel like you would already have a knowing if your relationship is toxic. Okay. Or if it's something that's unbalanced in any way, maybe with a family member, with a friend, with a coworker. It may even be a job. Okay. That maybe there's a toxic work environment, and your intuition has been slowly trying to tell you to make this big decision for yourself and to start thinking about your next steps. And sometimes we sit with it, right? With the Hangman energy here, the fear of the unknown, the fear of what's next. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? What's the next step for me? And we kind of stay in this energy, right? But your intuition is saying, if you would only listen, okay, if you would only listen, then I would give you what your next step is. But when we start to, right, overthink it and start to doubt ourselves and start to not trust ourselves, and we're also, if you're someone who's holding on to anger and resentment, these can be lower frequencies of energy. And you have to remember that in order for us to hear our intuition, we have to first be open, right, to receive this information. We also have to keep our energy at a certain level, our frequency at a certain level. Otherwise, it becomes hard for us to hear the inner voice. So if we've got a whole bunch of negative, thoughts and, fears and insecurities and stuff like that, we might not hear that. And we might really have a blocked intuition, okay, where we cannot hear, we cannot connect to our higher self. So some of you are needing to move on from something, okay? It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a toxic environment, a living situation that you have that's out of alignment for you, and your intuition has been telling you to make some type of shift or change. Now, if you're someone who holds on to resentment or anger or betrayal wounds, trust issues, okay, because of a past situation that you've gone through, this is going to be an invitation from your higher self, your intuition, to work towards changing your perspective from that of resentment and anger to allowing yourself to move away from this way of thinking, okay? Because the Six of Swords is essentially helping you to, which I'm feeling that your higher self is kind of wanting you to move, make some type of move here, some type of movement, some type of shift, some type of change that you're not seeing. I mean, this could even be getting so caught up with stuff that's happening in your personal life that it's kind of throwing you off of your path. Okay? Because she's got that path illuminated for her right behind her, and she's turned her back to it. Okay? So what do I want to do? I want to look at that Lovers in reverse. I think I'm going to use a different deck here. Let's pull another tarot deck. Okay. The Lovers in reverse. We've got Libra, Gemini. Oh, okay. Some of you might also have a person, okay? I'm seeing Gemini, Libra energy here, Pisces. I'm also getting a Cancer. Some of you might have a person, regardless of what zodiac sign they are, a person who is deceptive, a person who you're not seeing their deception. Okay? You're not seeing their deception. Because the moon is also about deception. It's also about something that is hidden. The moon basically tells us all is not as it seems. So some of you, your intuition might even be giving you a warning of some type of deception around you. And there's a need for you to move away from that person. Okay? Sometimes, our intuition does give us warnings about people. And sometimes we do end up misinterpreting those messages, unfortunately. Okay? It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. Okay? Why is the Lovers in reverse? The Five of Swords again. For those of you that don't really have anybody around you, then, like I said, your message is a little different here. If you don't have anybody around you who's acting in a way that is not very nice, or that you're just kind of maybe feeling a little bit of something on from them. What else do we have here? The Four of Swords in reverse. Why is the Lovers in reverse? Justice again. Justice has to do with karma. A karmic contract. Okay. Okay, like I said, some of you, this is going to be a person that you actually have in your life right now that you're dealing with, that spirit is, and your intuition is trying to tell you, you need to move away from this. This could be a contract here. For some of you, it might literally be a marriage, a toxic relationship. Some of you might already be having some like unsettling feelings or thoughts, okay, about wanting to leave, okay, if you are in that situation, especially if it's a toxic relationship or abusive relationship. Justice, again, is about doing what is best for your highest good. So those of you that kind of know, okay, yes, this relationship situation is very toxic and I need to just get away from this person, you know, and it could be something that you've been ignoring or putting off. But I also feel for some of you that are in that situation, it's blocking you from progressing along your path. And it could even be that, like I said earlier, there's so much focus on this situation that it's distracting you or is a distraction from your ascension. Okay? If this is a past situation for you, and this is like a past situation from a family member, a friend, a coworker, romantic partner, and you're still, again, holding on to anger, resentment, pain, betrayal wounds from a person who did something to you, said something to you that hurt you, again, this is where we're needing to really kind of delve into the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts that go along with this situation. And for those of you, I do feel like Spirit is saying it was a karmic contract. And so we want to be able to cut ties with that contract, okay? Meaning that for some of you, it's already served its purpose. So part of the, the experience here, which I'm seeing the Five of Swords is here twice. So I feel like this is a big message for you in that you could be feeling very hurt by this person, by this situation. And so in order for you to close out, heal, be done with this contract, part of this process of healing from this karmic energy is to heal this Five of Swords energy. Okay? And that may be changing the perspective about that past situation. If we continue to try to hold on to this energy while we're trying to focus on moving forward in life, this energy is basically still staying with us and hovering over us, and it's blocking your ascension. It's blocking you from being able to progress and move forward. Okay? So it's either an environment that you're in right now, or it is the thoughts that are still there and still lingering because of a past situation. Okay? Whether it's victim mentality, whether it's trust issues, whether it's betrayal wounds, feeling self-sabotaging thoughts, okay, that are here. The bottom line is we need the Six of Swords energy. We need to transition away from this type of energy. We need to restore karmic balance. And to restore karmic balance, that may mean that you're working on your healing here. It could mean that if you're still involved in this situation or this type of energy with another person, it needs to come to an end. Okay? So if you're someone who's still trying to recover from a past situation, but yet we're still giving mental and emotional energy to the situation, guess what? We're stuck. Okay? If we're still thinking these thoughts about something that happened to us 15, 20 years ago, 6 months ago, we're not able to free ourselves from that energy. It's kind of like we've given our power away to something from the past. So and that could also be something that's creating blockages for some of you with your intuition. Okay? So in order for us to figure this out, right, what needs healing, what needs releasing, what do we need to change, we have to spend time in stillness. We have to spend some time in stillness. So I want to see, yeah, we've got the Three of Swords at the bottom with the Tower, which is basically saying there's some, look at that, Seven of Swords at the bottom. There's some type of pain. There's some type of pain here, group 1. There's some type of pain that you're still holding on to. Okay? I don't know what it is. It could be related to some type of abuse or toxicity, a relationship dynamic, a friendship, a family member. It could really be anything. It is karmic, okay? There's still pain here associated with that person or that whatever it might be. The Tower energy is trying to help you to release it and to also release the thoughts, the illusions surrounding that person, that situation, that way of thinking. With the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, you guys. Some of you, this is family. Some of you, this is family. A family member. Yeah, we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands at the bottom, which is basically saying that you're still carrying this energy. Okay? It's still creating an energetic weight or heaviness that you're holding on to. Meaning, let's just say that somebody did something to us, somebody said something, and it still bothers us. We still feel some type of way about it. We're still angry. We're still resentful towards them. This is affecting us. Okay? It's affecting us here. There's a lot of betrayal here. Okay, I will say that. The Five of Swords is about betrayal. The Three of Swords is about betrayal. The Seven of Swords is about betrayal. So can the Lovers in reverse also be about betrayal. It could be a family member, okay, with the Ten of Pentacles being here. Could be a toxic family situation that's happened. I kind of feel like this goes into inner child healing for some of you. Okay? There's a need for us to change our perspective about it, okay? We could still feel very angry and very hurt, and you are absolutely allowed to feel that way, okay? You absolutely are. However, your intuition is trying to guide you to let go, because with the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands here, it's kind of like we're holding on to it. We're refusing to let go of the anger. We're refusing to let go of the pain. You know, and maybe for some of you, you have tried to talk to a person to tell them, hey, when you did this to me, that really hurt my feelings. You know, I don't want to cry right now. You know, especially when it goes with family members here, you can try to talk to like a mom, to a dad, a grandparent, or whoever it is that may have said or done something, a sibling, you know, or if you've hurt others, you know, you've betrayed others, and there's a lot of pain there. You might also be holding on to guilt or regret or remorse over something that you've done. And so regardless of what it is, right? Again, this is where your intuition is saying to you, we've got to work towards letting this go, because it is something that's keeping you blocked and stuck from being able to continue to ascend spiritually on your path. Okay, so it's going to be different for all of you. Some of you, it could be toxic relationships, It could be that you've been cheated on by a past partner. It could be that a family member betrayed you. It could be that you've got a toxic work environment that you need to get out of. You know, if you're in an unhappy, unhealthy relationship, that Four of Pentacles can literally be that we're afraid to leave. We're afraid to let go. You know, because of the future that's unknown. What's going to happen to me if I leave this toxic relationship? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? What's going to happen next for me? So we just sit on it, right? And don't do anything. And your intuition is saying, no, we need to shift here. We need to make a change here. The Seven of Swords energy here can also be a need for strategy, a need for planning. The Seven of Swords can also be about trust issues, right? If you still have trust issues because of a past situation. Again, this is where we get to change the perspective, because it's going into more or less fear-based thinking, okay? And fear blocks the intuition. For prolonged states, I want to say. Okay? When we're stuck in fear, fear-based thinking, fear-based functioning in life. It's normal for us to have fear during those periods of time where, you know, it's natural for us to be afraid of, like, you know, I don't know, we're in the middle of the woods and all of a sudden we hear a bear at the door and we're like, I'm scared. I'm not going to open the door, right? That's natural. Those are natural responses from our nervous system to protect us when there's danger. But this kind of fear that I'm talking about is that prolonged state of being where we begin to stay in that state and function from that place. Okay? Just to clear that up. So yeah, some of you, this could be family members, a partner. Some of you might even have a feeling of a partner who's being dishonest with you, who's betraying you. And it could be something that you're either not seeing. Some of you, it could even be fears that you have, you know, trust issues because you've been hurt before in the past. And you've been, I don't know, let's just say that you got cheated on in your past relationship and now you're in a new relationship and still yet you have those trust issues. And you're constantly thinking, are they cheating? Are they cheating? Are they cheating? Are they cheating? Right? And that could be something that your intuition is saying, okay, it's time to transition past that. We've got to leave this stuff, whatever this is. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you. But either way, this is Spirit saying here, you're holding on to it for dear life, and it's weighing you down. It's time to let it go. It's time to release it, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, burdens, tied into some karmic energy here. Okay? And like I said, it's normal for us to feel angry, right? We are completely validated in feeling that way. If somebody has hurt our feelings, if we've been mistreated in any way, we are allowed to feel angry. However, we do not want to hold on to this energy forever. Okay? So in order for us to continue to evolve and grow and continue to go through these cycles and the ebb and flow of life, right? With the next experience and the next experience and the next experience, we have to learn how to resolve these feelings, these thoughts, these energies, and reconcile them so that we can restore balance within ourselves again. So we are able to move past it. So the next time, right, we ever encounter anything like that again, or hopefully not, but anytime we go through, you know, another situation, that flow of which that we're moving through life becomes that much easier, right? Because we've been able to master these thoughts that come up, the feelings that come up, the thoughts and the how they're associated to certain belief systems, right? We're able to shift and change and grow and evolve, not go through something and then just a complete stop to our growth. Okay? So there needs, I think I want to clarify the High Priestess in reverse, and then we're going to move on and pull some oracle here. But that's basically what this is. There's something here that your intuition is basically trying to get your attention with, that either you're in a situation right now that you need to get out of, okay? And, or this is past energies that you're still holding on to from a past relationship, from a family situation. I have a feeling this is somebody close to you with the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay. Let's look at the High Priestess in reverse, please, Spirit. The Ten of Swords, okay. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. So basically there's some, like I said, there's pain here, okay? The Ace of Cups in reverse is saying that there is a blockage, okay? There is a blockage. There is a need for release of emotions. Here in this Ten of Swords card, she's laying down and there's all these bats that are kind of flying above her. And so in that Ten of Swords, that is about pain. That is about heartbreak. Again, another card of betrayal. Okay. Another card of betrayal. So I feel like, sorry guys, I'm trying to put new candles in here. Did it go out? I can't see. There's pain here that needs to be released. Okay. Some of you might have blockages within your heart chakra. Okay. And as you clear and release these emotions here, these feelings that probably have to do with this Five of Swords here. Okay. Anger, resentment, trust, betrayal, victim, okay, to abuse or something like that. Working towards releasing the emotions. And the releasing of the emotions could literally be allowing yourself to sit with your feelings, allowing yourself to cry, okay? To honor those emotions versus suppressing them, okay? Versus trying to just suppress everything and pretend like, it's not there. I don't have to worry about it anymore because time is going to heal it. Okay. Time is going to heal it. I don't know about that one. Okay. I feel like time with it, in my understanding, because, you know, I am a Reiki practitioner. Okay. A Reiki master teacher. And I feel like a lot of people suppress feelings, repress them, and just don't deal with them. And so because they choose not to look at it, not to look at the wound, not to think about it, put it out of their mind, right? That's what's happening over time, is that we're just not choosing not to look at it. We're keeping it so far suppressed within our subconscious. There's not actual healing that's happening, right? In order for us to heal, we do have to look at those uncomfortable feelings, uncomfortable thoughts. Because again, your intuition is saying there's pain here that your intuition is trying to tell you wants to be healed, wants to be addressed, wants attention, right? For you to be able to release that emotionally or transmuting it in some way. And like I said, that might look like taking some time to allow yourself to express or feel your rage, your anger, your pain, your sadness, allowing yourself to cry and to honor those feelings that are there. It might look like you are pouring your heart out, writing a letter and saying everything that you need to say to someone who hurt you. Doesn't mean you have to give it to them, but it's just the act of you allowing yourself that quiet time to tap into your innermost self and what they want to say. You give your inner child, you give the former version of yourself a voice and a chance to speak their piece. And in doing so, the act of that, you can create and write a book, you can create poetry, you can make a podcast, you can share your healing journey on YouTube. There's so many different ways, creative ways of expressing that, right? But yes, there's pain here, okay? And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, this is a blockage. There is a need for emotional release from this pain. And I have a feeling for many of you, it's buried very deep. Okay, so it is in that silence. And you know that if we're busy, right, every day we're going to work and we're doing this and we're doing this, we don't ever have that time to just sit with ourselves in the quiet, without the TV, without the phone, without other people, right, where we just have time to just sit with ourselves. And I will tell you that it can be quite maddening, okay? It can be a lot, because you're finally able to just kind of have that time where everything hits you. And doing that inner work is not always easy. It can be quite traumatic, it can be quite painful, it can be where we feel like we need the assistance of another person to help us. And maybe that looks like therapy for some of you. Maybe that looks like going to a shaman. Maybe that looks like going to your best friend who's an emotional support for you. Or for those of you that are fortunate enough to have, family members that you can trust and open up to, or even mentors, in your life where you feel like I need some help, to process, to work through these things that are happening. Okay. I think it was, when was it? I think it was like a year ago. It was before I moved from Arizona, or during my move from Arizona to Texas. And I came ahead of my husband to Texas. I was here kind of like setting everything up. And I remember that I was by myself for a while. He was still kind of packing everything in Arizona, and I was here by myself in Texas, kind of doing all the unpacking. And I remember that I was by myself, and I didn't know anybody here. And I remember all of this stuff that just came up while I was by myself. And it was just like, I didn't have that time, right? You're so busy with work and family and this and that. And then all of a sudden, you're in silence, right? And you're just like left with yourself, okay? You're left with yourself. And there was all of this stuff that came up, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, why is this stuff coming up right now? Like, I haven't thought about this stuff in 10 years, 15 years, but it was like the universe was like forcing me to look at it. And so I cried my heart out. I was writing a whole bunch of stuff, like all just like letting it all out, letting myself purge, But yeah, it was like, I was like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening right now? I'm trying to unpack into my new house. But yeah, so it's kind of like it's in that silence where you can really connect to you and what's going on with you. Where is your mental health right now? Where is your spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being, right? So in a way, it's kind of like your intuition is saying, hey, pay attention to me. I've got pain here and you're not listening. We're hurting. We don't want to stay like this forever. If you listen to us and you help us to purge and to release this and honor, right, the things that are here, and let's move through this energy. We don't want to feel like this anymore. It's time to shift. It's time to change and not be stuck and a prisoner to these feelings, these thoughts, the emotions, and karmic contracts that we've had in the past. It's time to progress and move forward, right? And that could be your inner child that's saying to you. It could be your your former version of yourself from 2 years ago, from 10 years ago, from 30 years ago, right? Your teenage self that's like, I'm in pain. I still feel hurt by something that that person said to me or something this person did to me. Okay? All right, so let's see. What is your intuition? Or your intuition is telling you this. Group 1, your intuition is telling you this. And if you are someone who's in a toxic relationship right now, okay, your intuition could be telling you here, get out of it, right? The Ten of Swords could very well be ending that relationship, ending that marriage, and you could have an opportunity here that could be available for you for new romance, new love in your life, or even taking some downtime for yourself after going through that relationship to heal. Okay, let's see. Your intuition is telling you this. We have the womb. I'm going to cover her up a little bit. She's in the womb. Look how she looks like she's like diving deep. The womb. The trigger. Wow. Your intuition is telling you this. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at this. That's what this is. I feel like those of you that actually chose, well, those of you that did choose this pile, you may have gone through some really, really painful things. Really painful. Some of you, this might even have to do with your mother line here, okay? Because we have womb here. Womb is the feminine, the mother. This could be generational karma, okay? That you are meant to heal for your family line in this lifetime. That's why I was saying in the beginning, this is like a super important for you to transition past this, because if this is from womb and family, right, mother line here, this type of energy and rage and pain could be something that you, okay, what the way that I want to explain this is that for those of you that can follow along here, when female babies, okay, fetuses are within their mother's womb, okay, okay, how do I explain this? I'm gonna draw a little picture so you guys can follow along with me. So let's just say you, right, you are in your mother's womb and you're a female. You're in your mother's womb and she is pregnant with you. Okay, so here's, I'm just going to make a circle. Here's mom, okay, and then here you are as the fetus, okay. Now, females are born, or they are, when they're coming into the world, females have all of their eggs, okay, all of their ovaries already inside of them, okay, which means that while your mother was pregnant with you, okay, here you are also inside of her, which means that while you were inside of your mother, you already had your little ovaries, okay? If you are female, you already had all of your ovaries inside, so that when you are born, right, and you come into the world, you then have your ovaries are already there. All your little eggs, right? All of your eggs are there. So for a time, your mother not only carried you, she also carried your future children, if you are deciding to have children. Okay? So there's a connection here, right? When we are connected, especially into the feminine energy, right? This goes back generations. Now, if you're someone who has trauma, right, within the mother line, within the family line, and you are someone, regardless of gender, who is in your mother's womb, remembering that within the DNA that's passed down, that trauma is also there. Okay, that trauma's there. If mom has gone through trauma and then she has you, right? She's pregnant with you. She is then carrying that energy while she's pregnant with you, also affecting your, if you're female, also affecting your future babies. Okay? So this feelings, emotions, anger, pain is something that goes back, I think that I've learned about 7 generations. Okay, 7 generations. And this could even be familial cycles. Okay, just cycles of toxicity, of abuse, of, anything that could be happening within the family line. Okay, and it's not to say that if you are a born male, right, that the same thing is not going to happen to you. The only difference is you don't have the ovaries, right, the eggs. Females do, but with males, it's more or less that they're inside, right? Same thing. We're in utero here, and so the DNA is still passed down. Okay, a DNA is still there. So you've got rage here, trigger, and the womb. So like I said, for some of you, this might be a need for you to do, I'm getting for some of you, especially if you've ever been cheated on by a partner, okay? If you've ever been betrayed by a romantic partner and cheated on, look up, and I know that they have some videos on YouTube, look up womb healing. Okay, that's going to be your sacral chakra. If you've ever gone through any type of sexual trauma, womb healing. Okay? You can even do it if you are, regardless of your gender, only your womb is going to be a little different, okay? For I think, what is it? For males, I think it is the organ would more or less be, I don't know if it's the testes or the prostate, okay? But in a way, regardless, right, of which organs you were born with, we're doing a womb healing, okay? Which is the sacral chakra, essentially, regardless of what organs you've got, okay? So that might be something here. Womb healing, especially for those of you that have gone through that type of trauma. Okay, that might be even something there as well. But I'm also getting mother healing might be something that's necessary. Those of you that have a toxic mom, okay, there could be a lot of anger there. You could be very triggered. And because of that triggering, you can become very defensive, very confrontational, aggressive. It could even make you like that in relationships where you feel triggered by, like, I don't want to be hurt like this again, you know? So it could be a lot of different stuff here, you know? There's just, it's a lot. I mean, you might even, if you're in a toxic relationship, you might have a partner who rages, a partner who's, you know, abusive in some way. Okay? And that being something that's kind of triggering you here in that way as well. So yeah, this pile I feel like could go so deep, but at the bottom of the deck, we have expand here, okay, which I feel like ultimately is what needs to come from this, is expansion, is growth. It's also something that your soul, in a sense, is wanting to do, is to expand. But it could be these certain energies that are keeping you, again, from ascending. It could also be something that makes us want to turn away from our path, that makes us want to turn away from ascending in general, okay? So what I want to do here is I want to ask Spirit what your advice, guidance, okay, regardless of what this is for you. Like I said, the general reading, so it's going to be so many different things for each of you, and you can kind of apply that to whoever that resonates for you. Like, oh yeah, I had this situation with my friend back then, or I have a toxic parent, or I had a falling out with my old ex-partner, or, you know, just, but either way, there's still a lot of heavy emotions that are here, okay? There could be certain things that are being triggered. There could also be a lot of triggering that's happening because, again, we're tied into some type of karmic energies here. And the whole point of karmic cycles or experiences is to help our soul to grow, to help our soul to evolve. So if you're being triggered, right, it can trigger a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of, you know, things in that way too. But the triggers are something that we need to take notice of because they're also indicators that we haven't healed yet. There's something that's beneath the surface that we need to take a look at, okay? You know, I'm sure even when watching tarot readings, right? You watch different tarot readers and there's certain things, right, that just kind of like, you get triggered. You get triggered because you hear something that you know it's hitting a nerve and it's kind of bothering you, and guess what? It's supposed to. If it's triggering you, it's telling you this has to be seen. This has to be addressed, right? When we're out and we're dealing with family members or friends and they say something or do something and we get triggered, it's because there's underlying feelings of anger or pain or resentment or something that's there that we have not addressed, that we haven't looked at. Okay? And if I've ever triggered you, I'm sorry, but this is also my job to help you, you know, to notice when there are those things that we're not looking at, right? At least that's my whole reason for reading tarot for people, is because I'm here to help you to grow. And if that means I might trigger you, again, I'm sorry, but I'm here to be of service to Spirit, to help you to expand, to help you to grow, to help you to realize your fullest potential within yourself and to reclaim your power. And if that means I got to do a little bit of triggering to you in order to help to plant the seed of helping you to get that to work on yourself, then I've done my job. Okay? It's you that has to do the inner work, but if I can give a little nudge, a little nudge to help you to kind of see things or to open your eyes, right? Because that's what tarot does. It helps us to kind of really look at things that we could be overlooking or choosing not to look at. Okay? All right, so let's see. Group 1. Your intuition is telling you this. Wow, look at this card, is so beautiful. It says, listen to the dead. Number 25. I almost feel like it's like your intuition is telling you, listen to your ancestors, okay? Listen to your ancestors because your ancestors know a thing or two about life on Earth, right? Listen to the wisdom and the knowledge of those who have come before you. How do you access that? The intuition, okay? That is how we connect to source, to spirit, to ancestors. Is listening to the dead, listening to our, you know, spirit team. I feel many of you that chose this pile are the one in the family that was chosen by your ancestors to heal your family line. Okay. And I feel like a lot of it for many of you has to do with your mother line. Okay. Let's read the message to close this out for you guys. Number 25. Okay. It says one or more of your ancestors or deceased loved ones wants to be of assistance. Still your mind and pay attention. Listen deeply to what they are communicating. You have a truly countless number of ancestors who no longer walk this earth in living human form. There may also be a relative or friend you knew in life who is present as a helper for you on the other side. Honor your ancestors and deceased loved ones now by consciously attuning to their guidance and welcoming the wisdom they want to impart. Take meaningful action that demonstrates your love and willingness to connect. If you can, visit the graves of ancestors or deceased loved ones, bring them flowers, sweep or spruce up their monuments as needed. And most importantly, spend quiet time with their spirits in meditation and contemplation. As an alternative or in addition, you might create an altar to your ancestors and deceased loved ones. Place pictures or mementos that remind you of them, along with candles, flowers, and perhaps foods or beverages they once enjoyed. As you sit in silence, it's gonna make me cry. As you sit in silence before your altar, call upon an inner connection to your non-physical friends. Feel your love for them and their love for you. And employ it as a bridge of light that connects you to their living spirits on the other side. If you're asking about a specific issue or challenge, there is an ancestor or deceased loved one who wants to provide you with the loving support as its outcome unfolds. For example, if you're inquiring about money, a financially savvy grandparent might have just the advice you need. And as you consciously and deliberately work with this grandparent and remember to ask for their help, they will pull strings and grant favors. They can help make your path easy, breezy, and fun. Enlist the spirits, awaken to magic. Allow your etheric allies to help you manifest the success you desire. Okay, so yeah, that is really, really beautiful. So, yeah. All right, so that is all that I have for you before I sit here and cry with you guys. Yeah, that is all that I have for you, group 1. Okay, take some time to practice your stillness. Like I said, sometimes when we're sitting in that stillness, it can get pretty maddening because all of our stuff kind of comes up. So if you do have somebody you can talk to, reach out to, you feel like you need that extra little bit of support, there's no shame in that, okay? There is no shame in asking for help or admitting that we need help or that, talking to someone, having someone to talk to about it. Friends, family members, support groups, things of that nature. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group 1. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So, those of you that resonated with this third harvest card and the mummy duck, this is going to be a reading today. So, your card says, Daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Okay, so I feel like this has a lot to do with nurturing the self. So we're asking Spirit today, or saying, or asking, I guess, your intuition is telling you this. So we're trying to figure out what is it that your intuition is telling you is our topic today. So we're going to pull some tarot and start off with that and see where this goes. Pile 1's reading was very long. Okay, I don't know if yours is going to be long. Really depends on the message, the context of the message that comes through. So if your reading by chance is shorter than group 1's, please don't feel that, you know, I'm doing it on purpose. It's really just about how the energy comes through, what the message is about, what Spirit is basically having me do for people's pile, the collective's piles, okay, or groups. So let's see what your message is about. But I'm kind of feeling with a third harvest, this does have to do with self-care, self-love, taking time to fill your own cup. Okay. Your intuition. And also you have a little mummy here. So, I mean, we could look at it in a way that the duck is all bandaged up. So maybe for some of you, you're like in a process of healing right now. A lot of wounds, you know? So we'll see how this is coming through. Okay, so group 2. Your intuition is telling you this. Your intuition is telling you this, group 2. Oops. Well, we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, first one out. We've also got the Page of Swords in reverse. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 2. Your intuition is telling you this. Oh, 2 of Swords. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. I will say, this kind of looks like there could be a breakup energy here, a breakup, a divorce, some type of falling out with family. The 4 of Pentacles here has to do with attachment, possession, control. It could also be when we're gripping onto something very tight, holding on to it. Let's keep going. Let's see. Your intuition is telling you this. I think that's a little bit much, Spirit. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 2. The Devil, the Empress, the Magician. Your intuition is telling you this. Okay. The Hermit in reverse, is that right? Yeah, Hermit in reverse. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 2. The Two of Wands. The Four of Cups is at the bottom. Okay, so the Four of Cups as your message here could be... I honestly feel like for those of you that chose this pile, that you could potentially be having some type of attachment to a past relationship. And I feel like it is a relationship that where there was a lot of emotional manipulation, a lot of deceit, lies for some of you. And for some of you, it could have been that this deception or unhealthiness wasn't something that maybe took place during, but more so towards the end of it, even. I'm seeing deception here, okay? And with the Four of Cups energy here, this could be a blind spot. It means that there's something that we're not seeing. Now, some of you might be in a situation right now where there is deception and illusion surrounding it. And this could very well be a relationship or a connection with another person. This could be also a situation that you've ended already, a breakup that you've had with in a very toxic relationship. And you might be having a hard time letting go of this connection, okay? Like I said, the Four of Cups can talk about us having a blind spot, something that we're not seeing or something that we're choosing not to look at. Some of you, if you had a toxic relationship with somebody and you know in your heart you deserve better, you deserve more, but you're having a hard time letting go or detaching from that person because I feel almost kind of like this person's lies or deception or some type of illusion that they kept you in was something that really drained a lot of your energy. It created a lot of confusion for you, a lot of discontent and unhappiness. It's kind of like a weird energy. It almost kind of makes me feel that it's like you're involved with somebody, and during the process of you being involved with them, there's a lot of unhappiness here. There's a lot of, for some of you, even feeling rejected by a person. Feeling rejected by a person. Denial. Denial is here. Now that could be like, I mean, you might even be in a place where you're like, you already broke up with somebody and there's still feelings that are there. There's still attachment that's there. There's still healing that's needed from this connection, but it could be something that maybe for some of you is so painful that you're not wanting to look at right now. You know, it could be that you're trying to just kind of like put it out of sight, out of mind. Oh boy. I'm seeing someone else here, okay, because I'm noticing this Empress. I can't ignore it. She's pregnant. Okay, she is pregnant. And that Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. which means that some of you that chose this pile, and this isn't going to be for everyone, okay? This is a very specific message for those of you that are watching that could be pregnant with a person's baby, and this relationship is no longer existing. It could be that you have a child with them, you're pregnant with this person's child. It makes me kind of feel like this situation that you have here, whatever it is, whether this is an ex-partner or you do have children with this person, this is an ex-spouse, there's healing that's needed. It's interesting, when I asked today, I didn't anticipate we were going to do readings like this because I thought maybe something else would come up with your intuition, but it makes sense. You know, sometimes there are certain things that we have to heal that our intuition is trying to get our attention with or about, and we're just not seeing it, okay? So I am seeing a message for somebody here that's watching this reading who is pregnant, and the relationship that they had with the person who they became pregnant with their baby is no longer in the picture. I'm also getting here, I mean, the Page of Swords energy in reverse could be a person who is a gossip. So some of you might even have a lot of I want to say just people. I don't know who they are, but they're the person of people here who are maybe spreading gossip. Okay, the Page of Swords in reverse can be a person who's a gossip, or gossiping is happening. Gossiping surrounding your relationship, or maybe you and this person being together. But all the while, I feel like with this situation, okay, the Hermit is in reverse. The Hermit is about isolation. It's also a need for us to look at deeper introspective wounds within the self. Some nurturing here, some healing with the Empress here. You know, your card says, Daughter of the Woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness. The Empress's belly is supple, okay? Taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. And that, in a way, it's like this is self-love right here. The Empress, nurturing, self-love. Like you're giving yourself care here. I think I want to take this a little bit further here. We've got the Four of Cups here. So what's the point of your intuition bringing this up? Why is the Devil here, first off, right next to the Empress? Let's look. We got Capricorn, a Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, why is the Devil here? The Six of Pentacles. There was illusion surrounding someone who is a manipulator here or a liar. This could even be a person who is deceiving you into telling you or manipulating you or lying to you about giving you something or being what you needed them to be. Because the Six of Pentacles is about equal give and take in a partnership. It's about two people in the flow of giving and receiving. With the Devil energy, it makes me feel like there's some type of illusion here surrounding that. So it could be a person that you have in your life, or did have in your life, who was a manipulator, who was a liar. You know, that whole situation, going through that, can be enough to really put you in a place where you do feel very depleted energetically. Like a situation that just kind of takes away from you. It really just kind of drains you and your energy. So I could see why your intuition is trying to draw you towards a need for nurturing, a need for self-care, a need for focusing your attention on yourself right now, okay? If you've gone through like a bad breakup, like I said, and it was a very toxic relationship and you were taking less than you were deserving of, I do feel like your intuition is trying to tell you to see that situation or that person for who they are. You know, there could have been some type of imbalance in a relationship. It could have been a very unhealthy or unhappy relationship. This could have even been with a person, I'm getting with a person who had a very wounded inner child, who could have been acting out in a way that was very immature in their actions, in their words, in the way that, and things that they were saying to you. And I feel like one person's energy here is very empathetic, very compassionate, very loving, very nurturing, where the other person has some type of imbalance there. And so if that was you in a relationship like that, maybe this is something that you were in denial about, where you were not receiving what you should have been receiving when it comes to a relationship. And so this again could have been something that was very draining for you emotionally, mentally. And this is something that spirit or your intuition is trying to tell you, is that you need to focus your attention on yourself right now, okay? Why is the devil here? The Five of Ghosts. That's the Five of Cups. That is grief, pain, grief over loss. There's some type of loss here. Justice. Wow. Some of you could have gone through a bad divorce, or could be in the middle of a divorce right now, okay, with a person who is a liar, a manipulator. That's not good. If you are, and you're going through a legal separation, divorce process, something like that, I will say you being at your best right now is going to be imperative to your ability to handle this situation with how do I want to say that? Kind of like without completely losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes there's so, especially with divorces, okay? So I'm seeing a divorce here for somebody. Somebody could be trying to take money, hold on to, even with that Four of Pentacles, this is about possession and control. So there could be a person here, if you're going through a legal battle, custodies, anything having to do with money and the person needing to give to you money or to separate assets with you. Okay, normally I don't do any type of legal readings at all, but you know what I'm going to say with that, the disclaimer here, always seek out professional advice, okay, from, especially if you got legal stuff going on. But what I can tell you from the perspective of not giving you legal advice, okay, is that because Spirit is kind of showing this energy here, you taking time to restore your energy as best you can is going to be imperative to your ability to be able to move through this situation. Okay? So that you are kind of like really focused and zeroed in on what you need to take care of and what you need to do in order to move through that. Okay? That's what I'm going to say with that. What else do I want to say here? Those of you that were in toxic relationships that you're no longer in anymore, and you still have attachment, you still maybe still love the person. Okay, again, I feel like this is where spirit is, your intuition is trying to tell you, you know, you deserve better. Okay, you deserve better. And this might be a need for you to really, you know, focus on your healing right now. Okay. There can certainly be a lot of hurt feelings here. You know, because this is talking about taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Your emptiness. So this can also be about, if, you know, this going through this situation, whoever it's with, okay, whether it's a romantic partner or a family. Some of you might even have like a legal situation going on with family. Ooh. This might even be going into inheritances and stuff like that. Family inheritances, people fighting over money and property and all of that kind of business. You know, so again, I feel like where your intuition is trying to tell you is that take this time, okay, for you right now. Because this is helping you to bring you back to a state of balance, which is something that's needed right now. Stability, emotional stability, mental stability. Why is this Two of Swords here? The Two of Swords can also be when we are feeling conflicted about something, confused about something, indecisive about something. And the message with that card is a need for us to listen to our intuition, right? Our intuition is telling you something here. Why is the Two of Swords here? The World. What is this Two of Swords? It's about ending something, bringing something to completion. Seven of Pumpkins. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, again, some of you, this could be a past relationship that your intuition, Four of Pentacles is at the bottom again. Okay, so this is attachment. Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's pain here. Judgment. This is a need for release. King of Cups. Feelings, emotions. The Hierophant tied into relationship. Ace of Cups would be a new beginning in love. Emotional release of emotion or burdens here that you're carrying. The Page of Wands about starting down a new path. Queen of Cups. Seven of Wands. Facing challenge and adversity, but also being in a clear headspace. Discernment. Temperance. We're bringing back to balance. Trying to heal these wounds here. So basically what Spirit is saying with your intuition is telling you, for some of you, you have an attachment, okay, to a past person. Now this could even be, it doesn't even have to be something that you've ended recently. Energetically, we could be holding on to a past person, okay? And so there might be a need for addressing feelings of grief or pain over maybe loss. Some of you could even be healing from a rejection wound. Okay, a person who rejected you or ghosted you, and you're having a hard time letting them go. Okay? It happens. It happens. Because we start to internalize that rejection or that abandonment even. okay? And start to feel like there's something wrong with us. We're not good enough. We're not this, we're not that. So some of you might even be in that situation where your intuition is kind of telling you, don't give that person any more of your energy. Any more of your energy. Try to work towards releasing your attachment to them. Okay? Try to work towards releasing that. We have the Judgment card here, which is about release, letting go. Okay? So I'm kind of curious with that Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Why is this Ten of Pentacles in reverse? The Hermit. Yeah, I feel for some of you, your intuition is trying to guide you to some time alone. Time alone, time for healing, time for going into hermit mode a little bit, okay? Taking care of you, nurturing you, taking time to fill your own cup, restore, recharge, rebalance, renew. You've got a new beginning here, which is what your intuition is trying to lead you towards. But it's kind of like we need a little bit of a reset right now. Okay? We need a reset. What is this Four of Cups? Queen of Cups. That's to do with emotions. Emotions. Queen of Wands. And the Five of Wands. Page of Wands is underneath that. Okay, so another message that I'm getting here is that your intuition, okay, is, especially for those of you where you do have an attachment to a past person, you're having a difficult time letting them go, moving on. Your message here of what you're not seeing or what you're choosing not to see, okay, you're fighting or resisting is the need, or more so that your intuition is trying to get you to start down a new path, a new direction. Okay? Some of you are fighting it or resisting it because there still might be feelings, emotions, desire, passion drawn into a past person, an ex-partner, a person that you used to date, a person that you had a situationship with, friends with benefits, whatever it might be, but it's almost like your intuition is saying, no, shift, change, new beginning. Some of you are receiving right now or recent past less than you're deserving of, or there was a lot of illusion surrounding that person giving to you what you were worthy of. And there's grief over maybe that loss. Maybe you're the person lied to you and they said, hey, we're going to be together. Or you invested your love, your time, your energy into thinking it was going to be something that was going to turn into something fruitful or tangible for you, such as a long-term relationship, a marriage, or having a family together and being together. So I'm feeling that there's lies here, okay? Yeah, and your intuition is trying to tell you to shift your focus towards moving forward, embarking on your new beginning, because with the Sun here, the Page of Wands, your intuition is trying to get you to kind of, like I said, recharge, restore, focus your intention on what you're creating, what you're trying to manifest. Your intuition might even be trying to redirect you with your manifestation if you're trying to manifest a past person that's not good for you, that's not in alignment for you, that was deceiving you, that was lying to you, that was creating some type of illusion for something for you. Your intuition could be trying to, again, guide you inwards, right? Saying to you, don't give any more of your time and energy to this person. It's time for you to move forward. You're going to be happier if you do. Your wishes are going to be fulfilled. What you desire is not over here, it's over there. So we have to kind of not resist or to let go, right, of attachment that we might have to, say, like another person. Okay? So yeah, I wonder today, like, the messages that have been coming through, at least, I mean, I'm already kind of, I've done pile 1, I'm seeing what's here in pile 2, but like I said earlier, going into this reading today with asking, your intuition is telling you this, I didn't anticipate that this is the kind of messages that we're going to be dealing with. I thought maybe it was something else, but yeah, it kind of looks like clearly within the collective, okay? Because that's essentially what I'm tapping into. Collective consciousness is what we're all, as readers that are here on YouTube or any other platform, when we're doing general readings, we're connecting to the collective consciousness, right? What people are dealing with right now, what's going on in people's lives. And, I'm sure you've heard within the spiritual community that all of us are going through a major, major awakening. And through that awakening, and also all that's going on astrologically this year, some crazy stuff, some powerful stuff that's creating a lot of shifts and a lot of changes for us. It really is helping us, as painful and as challenging and as, what is the other word I want to use? Uncomfortable, that these changes that are occurring in our life might be. Ultimately, it is for our highest good, okay? To really help us, to put us into alignment with where we're meant to be. And so there's a lot of connections, right? Falling apart, some falling together. A lot of us aligning with our soul's purpose, our destined career path. A lot of people are awakening to the fact that they're in relationships that no longer make them happy. They're at jobs that are no longer fulfilling. They're realizing that after 25 years of working at like an office job, that it's not what they wanted. It's not what they want anymore. So this is something that we're all going through, okay? And on a very worldwide level, right? For all of us here in different ways, different things, right? That we're all kind of awakening to and shifting to, but again, ultimately all helping us to align with our best version of self, connections that align for our highest good. And sometimes, when there are certain things that don't work out our way and we don't like how they turned out, it can make us feel sad, defeated, discouraged. Like, why did I go? What was the whole point of going through that whole thing if I'm not going to be with this person? Or, just like little stuff like that just kind of like, why, universe, why? But, I feel like ultimately, like I said, your intuition is trying to draw you towards this new energy. The sun is about life force. It's about vitality, joy, happiness. Oh my goodness, I just noticed this little monster right here. It's a 2-headed monster that's like sleeping under the sun. That's cute. Okay. So yeah, this is about embarking on a new path. Embarking on a new path, a new journey for you. And I feel like that's ultimately where your intuition is trying to guide you towards. But it kind of looks like there's a little bit of a hang up here, Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to pull some more oracle here. Your intuition is telling you this. Group 2. illuminate. So something's being illuminated for you to see. Your intuition is telling you this. We have struggle here. I have to cover her a little bit, but still. Okay, well, anyways, she's trying to push this uphill. Looks like a boulder, and it says struggle on it. You're illuminating some type of struggle, like you're trying to push something up this. What is your intuition telling you? Wisdom. Well, trying to impart some type of knowledge here to you. We have patience. For you to be patient. Okay, I want to see what this struggle is about. Let's see. What is this struggle here? What does group 2 need to do about this struggle? What is their advice or message about this struggle? The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. Giving and receiving, equal give and take. So I almost kind of feel the Emperor in reverse. There's a person, the Moon in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, those of you that chose this pile, you're trying to do all the work by yourself. It's almost like there's a person here that you were involved with who, like, this other person is making it hard for you, or has made it hard for you in order for you to, how do I want to say that? Spirit's saying here, your intuition is telling you that you're working so hard. For some of you, you were working so hard and putting in so much effort to a person who wasn't willing to do the same for you. Wasn't willing to do the same. And this person could have, especially for those of you where you're pregnant and you have a family with this person, and you know, you are going through a divorce or separation, you're trying to split up finances and stuff. It's kind of like this person is trying to make things really hard for you, or has made it incredibly hard for you in order to give you something. It's like almost like there's a person here, that Emperor in reverse is a person who's, for some of you, this could be like a spouse, ooh, I almost want to call him like an evil spouse, like a person who is narcissistic. The Emperor in reverse is a tyrant, okay? Is a tyrant. Is a person who tries to demean others, control others. They can be very abusive, aggressive, confrontational, trying to have and assert power over people. So like I said, some of you could have been involved with a person who, maybe through your separation with them, breakup, divorce, you know, trying to split finances. It could be that this person or this spouse is even trying to make things really difficult for you financially, so like you get no money, or and like I said, again, I'm not giving you legal advice. Always ask a professional, lawyers and attorneys and stuff like that can help you. But for others of you, you could have been putting in a lot of effort into a connection with a person, like I said, who wasn't willing to do the same, who wasn't being true with you, being genuine with you in terms of really building something long lasting. And, again, that could have been something that left you in a place where you feel very depleted. You feel hurt and sad and, just really, maybe really struggling right now, mentally, emotionally. And so again, this is bringing you back to that message of a need for you to take like a time out to replenish your energy, because that whole thing that you may have just gone through or went through recently in the last, maybe even the last couple years, could have been something that took away a lot from you energetically, and your intuition is trying to bring you back towards your state of balance. Okay? And to be patient with yourself as you move through your healing process. Don't put a time limit, or try not to get frustrated with yourself because you're still healing. Be kind, be compassionate towards yourself, be nurturing, right? The Empress energy here. All right, so yeah, I feel I'm seeing the Justice card and the Four of Swords here. Like, this is where Spirit is saying, like, it's time to rest. Okay? Justice is about doing what is best for your highest good right now. And for your highest good, you need a rest. You need a break. You need some time for replenishment. So let's pull your last message here. And I'm going to be using the Halloween Forever Oracle, which was gifted by Erin. Erin, thank you so much for sending this in. So group 2, what is your message? We have number 30, the Empire of Bones. The Empire of Bones, number 30. Okay. So it says, you are a product of countless ancestors and billions of years of evolution. Vast wisdom floods and is encoded within your every cell. Draw upon the ancient whispers of all who have contributed to your existence. You are the culmination of a truly unknowable number of lineages, genetic, spiritual, and intellectual. All these flows of energy and information uniquely coalesce to comprise, define, enliven, and guide you. If you consider just one of your grandparents, you can likely see that many of their experiences, talents, habits, and perspectives contributed to your own. But if you consider their parents, and then their parents, and then their parents before them, you will see that your origins are so ancient and so vast you cannot even begin to conceptualize them. And yet they hold precious keys to healing deeply and living with mastery and ease. Draw upon the wisdom of your ancestors, the elders in your spiritual lineage, or the pioneers in your cherished discipline or craft. Recognize and foster the strengths and strategies they have passed along to you, and simply set the intention to connect with their power. There are things you know and know how to do that come from these ancient currents of wisdom and light. Claim these talents, acknowledge their origins, and give thanks for all the many blessings they bestow. For example, you may have a way with herbs, a connection with crystals, or a talent for reading tea leaves, or attuning to the stars. Perhaps color speaks to you, or you are a math or science whiz, or you have a sense for speaking words of comfort, or sending healing energy through your hands. If you relax, look within, and invoke the ancient wisdom that is your birthright, you will discover you already know what action or path to take. Notice your talents and proclivities, and let the sage expertise of the ages naturally flow to you and through you, lighting and guiding your way. Okay. So, when we're connecting in with our intuition, right, this is also a great way for us to also receive messages from our ancestors, from our spirit team. Okay? Because your ancestors have lived before you. They've experienced life on earth, and so they can definitely impart and share their wisdom and knowledge, especially when we find that we're going through, right, certain things that are very challenging for us. And your ancestors, of course, may have gone through similar things. They've had their heart broken. They've gone through their own trials and tribulations in their own lives. And here I'm kind of seeing right next to her, there's one of these little ancestors. When I first looked at it, it kind of looked like it was almost like praying next to her. And then I also saw it kind of like as pleading, pleading with her to listen or to pay attention. But it also kind of looks like it could be like whispering, right? Trying to whisper in her ear, trying to whisper some information or some guidance there. So, yeah. And also the Empire Bones, when I look at this, to me, this also looks like, just kind of intuitively, like how we kind of still have a lot of attachments to certain things from the past, right? Like our skeletons in the closet, or certain things from our past that we're still clinging on to, still holding on to. Okay. I don't know, maybe that makes you kind of think of some other things there with that card. Needing to maybe even sort through certain things, right, that we can work towards releasing from our past, clearing out the closet in a sense of the old bones and old skeletons that we need to release and let go of. Okay. All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 3. So those of you that resonated with the spider card, it says, "What a wild web we weave, dear child. A delicious mystery untamed." And you have that with your little cat here. Okay. So I do want to start off with the message of this card, and then we're going to pull the tarot. And this is from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. Let's see. What is that? 37? Okay, so the keywords for this card are mystery and growth. And let's see the message. Okay, so it says spider is one of the ultimate animal manifestors. However, she doesn't go out and force what she wants. She doesn't obsess over when she'll catch something in her weave. She casts her net and allows the powers that be the time and space to bring something into her web. True manifestation isn't about wishing. It's about planting your seeds and trusting them to grow into something worthwhile. Spider has come crawling into your spread to remind you to cast your weave, then give it time to catch your prey. Spirit is asking you to give the wish me a car stuff a break. Set your intentions, but then let them go. Don't obsess about how long it's taking your intention to come to life or your spell to work. Focusing on getting your way only draws attention to the fact that you do not have it, which is lack, scarcity. That is the space where doubt creeps in, and doubt is the destroyer of magic. Trying to take control of how something will come to you may be the very thing that keeps your goal from happening. Remember, the powers that be are smarter than you. They know all, they see all, and know the best path to take. It might take longer, but what if you discovered something you didn't even know you needed or wanted along the way? Okay. So let's see what is coming through with your tarot. I already feel like your reading is very different. The other two piles were kind of heavy, having to do with like love and relationship and healing and stuff like that. But I feel like yours is definitely different. Okay, let's see. Your intuition is telling you this, group 3. So I would say maybe with that message, if you are someone who is trying to work on manifesting something right now, maybe take the advice that's coming through with that card of not obsessing over when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to show up, how come it's not here yet, why is it taking so long, that kind of stuff, okay? Because really with manifestation, I want to say the secret to it is ignoring it, becoming indifferent towards something, meaning like, don't care about it. Don't care about it. Let it go. Okay? And it's funny because, excuse me, I'm sure you guys have heard my stories when I've been doing readings for you guys in the past about how awful my love life used to be in the past. Being ghosted and being cheated on and just like all kinds of stuff that I've gone through with ex-partners. Dating and trying to find a partner and just kind of being ghosted and ghosted and ghosted and ghosted. And because I had such low self-esteem at that time that I would accept breadcrumbs because I wanted love so bad that even though a person was mistreating me, even though a person was, popping in and out whenever they felt like it, or using me, stuff like that. Like, it was like, I just wanted to be with that person. And I didn't know at that time, like, hey, that's not good. That's not healthy, right? That's not, you deserve better than that. And I didn't know that. All I knew is I wanted love. And so I remember that I got so frustrated and so like at the point where I'm just like, F love, who needs it? Just kind of like that mentality and attitude. And then just like, I am not dating anymore. I don't care, whatever. And it was then that my husband came into my life. It was like, as soon as I stopped looking for it, there it was. So I feel like you have to, with manifestation, you have to focus, right? You're setting the intention and we're planting the seeds for it. However, we need to let it go. We can't focus on, and I've used this message before because it's something that I've heard before. I think it was actually another person that I heard. I can't remember who it was. It was a while ago. And they were describing it as, imagine that you order something off of Amazon, right? You order something off of Amazon, and as soon as you click complete my order, check out, imagine that you run to the window right after that, as soon as you click buy, and you are looking out your window, opening the front door. Where's the package? How come it's not here yet? You run out to the middle of the street. Where's the delivery driver? How come it's not here yet? I just clicked send. I just clicked check out, right? So it's the same thing with the manifestation. If we're looking at where is it going to be here? When is it going to be here? Why isn't it here yet? You have to break back or just pull back from that kind of energy. Okay? So let's see what is coming through. But I feel like the other piece to this is about just being open to receive, right? We plant the seeds, we're with the intention of this is what our desire is, we let it go, but we're also open to receive the ways in which Spirit brings it into our life. Okay? And sometimes it doesn't always look like we expect it to, right? Sometimes it's a little different, but... Okay, so let's see group 2. What is your... I'm sorry, group 3. Group 3. Your intuition is telling you this, group 3. Your intuition is telling you this. The Knight of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. We've got the Strength card, the Hermit in reverse, your intuition is telling you this. Queen of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords, Justice in reverse. Let's get one more. Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what this message is about. Can I fit one of them up here? I think I could. Okay, let me take a look at this. Your intuition is telling you this. And we have this message here about manifestation for you. Your major arcana here is what we have. The Justice card, the Strength card, and the Hermit in reverse. So we've got Libra energy here, Libra, Leo, Virgo, and then we have the Knight of Swords here, which could be air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and also Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I'm kind of feeling that your message here has to do with balance and alignment for you, because we have Justice in reverse. Also, your Queen of Cups is in reverse, and so is the Hermit. Okay, so what I do feel like your message is here is that your intuition needs you, okay, to really get very clear, very specific, very focused on what you are manifesting, what it is that you're asking for, because I almost feel that there is something that's off here, and it kind of makes me feel, okay, how do I want to describe this? It's kind of like we're just kind of like going through life, la la la, and we don't really have any clear intention of what we're trying to manifest. So it's almost like your higher self, your intuition, is trying to tell you, let's get focused. What is it that you're asking for? Because your energy might be a little bit out of balance, okay? There's a need for you to... I also feel like the emotions and the feelings that you have also behind it, okay? And that might even go into the thoughts that are associated with whatever it is that you're trying to manifest here. So there's a need for you to really look deeply within yourself and connect to your heart, your soul's desire, to get clarity, so that when you are focusing, your intention on what you're manifesting here, that it is from a place that is very clear. Because this almost kind of gives me the impression here that you could potentially be sending out mixed signals to the universe about what it is that you want, or what it is that you desire, what it is that you're manifesting here. So there's a need for, the Two of Pentacles can sometimes talk about getting our priorities in order. Okay? Getting priorities in order, making good decisions for ourselves. Because with Justice in reverse, sometimes there could be certain things that have manifested in our life. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes there could be certain things that have manifested in our life that we're not happy with. And we also have to understand that sometimes we have played a role, okay? Again, sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes we have played a role into certain things that have taken place in our life. And it's because of certain choices that we've made, right? Like, we'll use the example of not taking action, okay? Not being clear about what we wanted. We were not listening to our intuition, not listening to what our heart's desire is. So now we're in a situation in life that we're not happy with. And we have to remember that our reality is a reflection of what is going on with inside, okay? It's the reality that we experience, right? So if on the inside we're filled with fear, we're filled with scarcity, poverty consciousness, lack mentality, that's the reality we're going to experience, because that's where our energy's at, right? We're focusing on lack. So we're going to see lack, right? This is how powerful you are, how powerful we all are, is knowing that if we change, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and allow ourselves to dream big and to have a vision, and then begin to start to take action towards that vision, towards that plan, we are so powerful that we can create it. We can manifest it, because the beliefs and the emotions and our energy is supportive of whatever that thing is, okay? So what I'm kind of getting here is that there's some type of imbalance here, okay? Some type of imbalance, and I feel like what Spirit's message to you, as far as what your intuition is telling you, is to take time to reflect inwards, okay? Because you do have the Hermit here in reverse, and that's a call for us to take it inside, to reflect inside of ourselves about what our heart's desire is, so that we may then find the courage, the confidence, the strength to then be able to set the clear, focused intention and courageous overcoming fears and bravery to move towards what it is that we desire. So I want to clarify this Justice card in reverse. Okay, so why is Justice in reverse? The Sun. Ace of Pentacles. And the Magician. Look at that. The Magician is about willpower, focused intention, manifestation. You've got the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a new beginning, new opportunity. The Sun, happiness, joy, fulfillment, abundance. So, what has happened here? Let's look at this Queen of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. And the Star. Okay. The Star is about having hope. It's about having trust. It's about having faith. It's about believing in yourself, in what you desire. And the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Cups here. The only one that's missing is the Queen of Swords. This is you having the confidence, the drive, the motivation. The Queen of Wands is also a very powerful manifester. Okay, so I almost feel like your intuition is trying to help you to find your inner strength, your courage, your confidence, and to kind of dig deep within yourself to kind of make the changes that you want in your life. Like, it's almost like your intuition is trying to show you how powerful you really are and how much power you hold in your ability to be able to create and manifest. Okay? But I feel like there's a need for changing the emotions and the feelings that you have surrounding. Maybe that means if you're somebody who procrastinates or you hesitate, with something. I feel like you have to truly believe in yourself. The Queen of Wands is a very powerful energy. All of these queens are. The Queen of Pentacles has to do with fertility and nurturing something to help it to grow, to help it to manifest into the physical. So this might even be like your intuition is trying to show you how powerful of a manifester you can be by your willpower, your strength, your courage, your focus, and to almost like feed these manifestations, whatever they might be, the right energy, which is excitement, right? Passion, drive, motivation, confidence, discipline, right? With the Queen of Pentacles, discipline, commitment to building something, to nurturing something, right? The seed is here. The potential for you to manifest is here. You need to see that within yourself. Okay. Why is the Ace of Swords here? The Tower. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So, yes, Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Pentacles. So, your intuition, is trying to tell you that if we want whatever this is to manifest, we have to be this Eight of Pentacles, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is about hard work. It's about discipline. It's about you committing yourself to putting in the effort, the work, okay? This Tower energy can certainly be helping you to release, any of the negative thoughts that you might have associated with your inability to create, okay? I am seeing the Devil here at the bottom. And the Devil energy can certainly invoke fear and doubting yourself, doubting your manifestations, doubting they're ever going to happen for you. Okay. Why is this Two of Pentacles here? Two of Pentacles again. The Four of Ghosts, which is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is when we have a blind spot. It could also be when there are certain opportunities for us to manifest something or even change our situation that are right there and right under our nose, and we're not seeing it. This Two of Pentacles can also talk about change, a need for making some type of change that you're not paying attention to. Why is this Two of Pentacles here? The Two of Cups. I almost feel like there's a need for you to kind of find that union or balance. Like you're working with your higher self here. You're working with spirit, right? So when we work with spirit to manifest, you know, here in the physical world, we have to plant the seeds. We have to put in the effort. We have to put in the action. And then we let it go, right? And then the universe does what it does to align us with that, okay? Or to bring that into our reality. So it's kind of like we need to do our part, right? We need to do our share. We can't just, like this card is saying, just sit there and say, "Ooh, I wish I had a new car. I'm manifesting a new car. I wish I had a new car." Like it's just going to materialize out of nowhere, right? We have to kind of set up the energies for us to have that new car. So what could we do in that situation? We could work hard. We could work on making sure that we have good credit, right, in order to buy a car. We could save money. We could be working and putting in extra time and effort at work. Sometimes that means maybe I'm going to take up a second job. I'm going to make some more money. I'm going to start being better with my finances, and I'm going to start taking money out of my paycheck and start saving it to the side for a new car, right? That would be kind of like you doing your part for that manifestation, because we're setting the intention that with that money, right, that energy, that money is, that this money, an intention with this is that it's for the new car. We're going to buy the new car. And perhaps this aligns us because we're in that intention of putting and planting the seeds for this new car. We're fixing our credit if we need to. We're saving money. We're looking for the best deals. We're doing the research, right? All of those things to kind of make that dream or that vision possible. Okay? But we have to kind of like meet spirit in the middle to kind of give that exchange of energy where we can align ourselves and open up to that. Okay? What else here with this Knight of Swords? The Wheel of Fortune. I might have to cover this a little bit. I'm just going to put the Two of Cups over it. But he's on the Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Six of Swords. Yeah. So with the Wheel of Fortune, this could very well be about going with the flow, right? Taking action, because the Wheel of Fortune can also talk about making change, positive change in our life. So in order for us to change, right, what our current circumstances are, we have to move, we have to change, we have to shift, we have to create the action, right? The Chariot energy here at the bottom is also about movement, progress, having the willpower, the focus, the determination to move forward, to move ahead. Okay? There's the car with the Chariot. Looks like a truck. But the Chariot is about balancing our energies, meaning our feminine and our masculine, right? We need both of them in order to manifest. We have to bring them into alignment, into balance. And we have to envision success, right? We're going to have a successful outcome. I'm going to manifest what I desire. But I also understand that I need to make some changes and go with the flow of these changes in order to make this possible. Like I said, sometimes what we're trying to manifest could show up in a way that we're not expecting. But it is always for our highest good, right? And I like to use the example with love because, I mean, I do so many love readings for people. So many love readings for years of doing reading for clients for the last 5 years on YouTube. But love, I feel like, is a perfect example of that, right? If let's just say that we're trying to manifest love. We're telling spirit, universe, I want love. I desire love. I desire a partner. But yet, we meet some person who comes into our life who doesn't treat you well, who breadcrumbs you, who comes in and out of your life, and who doesn't give you any clear indication of what their feelings are, leads you on, and you're settling for that, right? We're settling for that kind of energy. And then along comes a person who is head over heels for you, right? And you're already at the point where you're getting frustrated with this other person over here who's not giving you the time of day, but you have feelings for them and you're very attached to them, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to try to date other people. And you go on that date and you meet this new person and that person is head over heels for you. And then that person wants to be with you, that new person wants to be with you, they want a relationship, they're ready to build a life with you, and you're like, but I can't because I don't feel that same way towards that person because that other person is someone that I like. I like them, the person who's breadcrumbing, right? So what are we really asking for? What are we really trying to manifest at that point? Is it really love? Because at that point, when we're asking for love and we're showing the universe energetically that we're settling for less than that, the universe brought you in a new person who is open to loving and to have a relationship with you, just what you've asked for, right? But yet we're over here messing with this other person who is not giving us truly what we want. So at that point, then we have to ask ourselves, what is it that we're really asking for, right? Is it really love that we want? Then really at that point, like I was saying earlier, is it really that you're looking for love? Is it really that you're trying to manifest love? Or is it that we're, sometimes with this Four of Cups energy here, we're being too picky, right? We're turning certain things down and pushing certain things away that are right there. And sometimes we do, right, need to be selective with making sure that we do have the right people, the right situations in our life. But sometimes what we do want is right there, and we're not willing to change or leave certain things behind in order to have it. So again, for those of you that are in that situation, it might very well be a need for kind of getting yourself, I want to say, like I said earlier, getting the priorities in order, getting really zeroed in and focused on what it is that you're really asking for, what it is that you really want, right? We have to remember that the universe responds to whatever our vibration is, wherever our frequency is at. This is what we're going to bring into our life, right? Energetically speaking. So if we're focused on lack and focused on scarcity, we're going to bring in people and situations into our life that are on that same frequency, right? I'm sure you've heard, and I think I said this earlier, our reality that we experience is a direct reflection of our inner world. Okay? So if we're in someone who's dealing with pain and suffering and anger and resentment, then we may certainly experience life in a very different way, right, than the next person who hasn't maybe gone through that. They see the world and like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful, that life is amazing, this is so joyful and so happy, where another person who's had a very different life could look at life and be like, this is awful. My reality is horrible. I'm going through some really challenging things right now, and life is bad, right? But they also mirror a lot of what is kind of going on within us, as well. So yeah, I feel like spirit is kind of, your intuition is really wanting you to get very focused in on what it is that you want, but also know that if we're being open to receive, right, there are going to be certain things that come into our life, certain people, certain situations. So if we're trying to manifest love, right, our dream love, our dream partner, and we're telling the universe, I want someone who has brown hair, brown eyes, olive skin tone, this many feet high, and they have to have, I don't know, just kind of like being like naming all the things, right? Not that the universe doesn't give us, exactly what we asked for, because it does happen, sometimes we get exactly what we've asked for, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the universe brings us in something else, something that is aligned for us. And so they can certainly be bringing in a different type of person, that is your perfect match. And so it might mean that we shouldn't kind of overlook certain things, but to really kind of pay close attention to what it is that we're asking for, that we are manifesting here. Like if I don't know, let's just say you're shopping for a house or an apartment, or you need a place to live, and then, you get a place to live, and we're just not happy with it. We're being ungrateful about it in a way. Sometimes that can happen too, where you're just like, you're looking at it and you're just like, well, this isn't what I asked for. I don't want it. So that might be another thing here with that Four of Cups, with a need for really taking some time, okay, to really kind of get grounded into what you desire, and take some time to think about it, to sit with it a little bit so that you're focused. Because like I said earlier, this kind of feels like energy might be a little bit scattered here, and one day you might wake up in the morning and you're saying like, I want to live near the mountains. I want to live near the forest. I want to live near the ocean. I want to manifest a house on the beach. I want to manifest this house over here in the state over here. And the universe is like, what is it? Which one is it? Pile 3, which one is it? Do you want the forest? Do you want the ocean? Do you want the lakefront property? Which one is it? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you desire in your life? Okay. And sometimes it's hard for us, right? Sometimes we don't know what we want, and we're on this journey of like, I don't know, I feel lost, I don't know what I want right now, I'm still trying to figure it out, I'm still trying to discover who I am and where I'm going and what I'm doing, and that's okay. But I feel like with you taking time, again, with that Hermit in reverse, to reflect inwards, right, about what it is that our soul is, or your soul really desires. What is it that it's really looking for? And is it in alignment with the things that our ego may tell us we need, when in fact it may not truly be in alignment with what our soul's desire is, your heart, your intuition. Sometimes we think we want something, yeah, I used to have a type, okay? I had a type before, and I would only ever date that type of specific person. and I would not give anybody else a chance. I would date were of that ethnicity, and that's it. And that was my focus. I kept telling, back then I didn't know anything about manifestation, but that was what was in my head, is I only want this person, only want a person like this. They have to be this tall. They have to, have this color eyes. I only want to be with people that are that nationality. Okay. That is not what happened. Okay. That is not what happened. It taught me a lesson myself, right? About needing to learn about love and about what love can look like. And maybe the idea that I had that love needed to fit in that little box of a specific type of person was something that the universe wanted me to see beyond that. Okay? Because that vision that I had of I want this, this is what I need to have. And now what I have, right, my husband, is the complete opposite of what I wanted, of what I desired. And that doesn't mean that I don't love my husband or that I don't, think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it just kind of gave me a wake-up call when recognizing that sometimes the universe has a plan for you, and we need to be open to that. Because the way in which I've learned, these lessons that I had to go through, of course, myself too, because we all learn, we're all here to grow and learn, is that how small-minded I was in the past, how narrow-minded I was in the past, to only think that love could only come in that one form that I was dreaming it to be, right? And that I needed to open my eyes and broaden my horizons and perspective to see that love could be in a different form. This person, with this type of person. They have to look like this. They have to look like my vision and my dream boat. They have to be exactly match this, right? And I wouldn't look at any other handsome men because they didn't match my idea of what my vision for love was. And that was, like I said, it was a really rude awakening and wake-up call for me, that what I didn't envision for myself is what the universe brought to me to, to be my forever partner with a person, So yeah, I feel like this is, again, just where spirit is kind of wanting you to just kind of take some time, really think about what it is that you desire, what you're wanting to manifest, and be open to receive, be open to changing, be open to shifting, be open to putting in the hard work, the effort, right, into what it is while we're planting the seeds for these manifestations. Okay? Could be something really important for you to help you, right, to continue to grow along your path. Knowing also, I feel like knowing when to shift, knowing when it's time for change, knowing when it's time to move. Timing may also be something that's very important as well, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here. That's going to be where you're going to need to really tune into your intuition when your intuition is saying, go, right? Go apply for that job. Go move to that place. The time is now, right? So you know how to work with your intuition to help you to align to where you're ultimately meant to be. Okay? And then also, maybe, like I said, making sure that your eyes are open, you're paying attention, right, to people, situations that are coming into your life so that you're not overlooking certain things. Because sometimes things are right under our nose and we're overlooking them, or we're turning away from them because we're like, nope, that's not exactly what I asked for, right? Sometimes. Where here, like this little ghost is trying to sell her this little hot cup of coffee here, and she's just like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. That mug is purple. I don't want purple. I wanted a blue one. You know? When her desire, let's just say, was to have a hot beverage so that she wasn't out in the cold here, right? It looks like a cold autumn night, and she's just like, boy, I wish I had a cup of warm hot cocoa so I can warm myself up. And he's like, here you are. Here's your hot cocoa. I brought it for you. And she's like, I don't like purple. I wanted blue. Okay. So sometimes it is like that, right? Where we're just like, okay, well, no, that you're bringing me something, universe, but this isn't what I asked for. And sometimes we are, right? Sometimes we are being too picky, and we end up losing out on missing opportunities because we're not taking the initiative, we're not focused, we're not really taking the initiative to put in or plant those seeds of the thing that we're wanting, right? So this is kind of where this is extra important for you to pay attention. You know, believing yourself, trusting yourself, believe how powerful you are for your manifestation, for nurturing, for building, for creating. Okay. All right, so let's pull your last card here. Is going to be, let's see, closing message, group 3. We have the pumpkin promise, number 42. And this beautiful deck, the Halloween Forever Oracle, was donated by Erin. So Erin, thank you so much for donating this. Okay, so Pumpkin Promise says, it's about manifestation. The universe is gifting you with precisely what you desire, but you won't receive it all at once. You will unlock your life's most ideal flow when you cultivate gratitude, lovingly nurture the seeds of happiness, and focus on all the blessings you already have. Okay? I think I'm going to read that again. The universe is gifting you with precisely what you desire, but you won't receive it all at once. You will unlock your life's most ideal flow when you cultivate gratitude, lovingly nurture the seeds of happiness, and focus on all the blessings you already have. It says this lovely witch is handing you everything you ever wished and hoped for in your innermost heart of hearts. The unwise would feel slighted by the tiniest of the pumpkin in which this gift appears, comparing its volume to the abundance of larger pumpkins in her midst. But with your love, care, and grateful attention, this tiny pumpkin will expand into prolific and countless crops in its own divine timing. If you try to rush through your fairy tale to get to your happily ever after, you are missing the point. Life is not a finite timeline, but an endless kaleidoscope of tumbling fountain of light. When you desire something, you don't simply want the result, but all the expansion you encounter along your way. As you go, you will meet lovely people, learn important lessons, and revel in the preciousness of the everyday moments of your life. You may think you desire ease, but seeming roadblocks will be vital to your happiness and success. You may believe you prefer directness, but U-turns will turn out to offer insights you otherwise couldn't have gained. There will always be those who are more accomplished than you and more talented or attractive by the standards of the day. This is true for everyone, and yet it is also true that no two people are alike, and we all have something unique and special to share. Competing and comparing will only serve to distract you from your goal. More importantly, you will miss out on all the joy available now and at every stage along your way. Receive the gift of the universe as it is offered. Cultivate gratitude. Look for satisfaction and delight in each moment, and you will find it. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I was talking about with this Four of Cups, right? Something could be being offered, and there's a need for whatever blessings it is, the manifestations that are kind of showing up, even if they're small ones, that we are showing gratitude. We are focusing on joy and happiness. The universe loves that. The ancestors love that, right? This helps to show that we're grateful for what we do have, even if it might not be a lot. And then we're in that energy, right? Positive, happy, joyful, grateful, high vibrational. What happens with high vibrational energy? We attract more high vibrational energy. This is why it's important. Okay? Because we want to feed the manifestations with beautiful energy, trust, faith, hope, joy, happiness, gratitude, love. Right? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.